making your mind up. That is exactly the point, making your mind up. You see, what I was driving at when I'm saying, please increase your vibration, it has a perfect reason. The only thing why people don't understand magic and don't understand the spiritual way of life, and the spiritual way at all, and why they don't understand the life in any way, is because they get it all wrong. First of all, we misunderstand the time. We are nowadays accustomed, we are accustomed actually since 2,000 or 3,000, 5,000 years, that when we say something or we do something has a result, wishfully in this very instant. I want it, this instant. But we forget that when we are alive, when we live, then we make our personality, our life up. We make our being up. We start to develop us in a special way to become this person we like to be. That's all what is necessary for it. And this development takes time until our self is steady, is rocky, it's unshakable. That is what we're driving at, or why we're driving at, to make ourselves. I know that is something for most of people. For the most of the people, is that nonsense, not to believe in Balderdash. No, it isn't. We have the problem that esoteric and mysteries and magic has a queer image. We always laugh about that and say, oh, nonsense, and think, oh, yeah, okay, but nothing what people have to take very seriously. It depends. I always think that our science is our religion from yesterday. People believe in science. They believe in science. Of course, the people tell us that it's proof, that it's unshakable. Look at here, that's our results, and that we make tests and tests and tests and tests. And always the result is the same. So, of course, the conclusion is there to, it's quite clear. Yeah. For 300 years ago, it was very plain, clear, and it was proven that God exists, and of course God is, we have to believe in it, and doesn't God shows us how He perfectly do wonders? Look here, every day the sun goes up, and there must be God, or something like that. And because we can't see that really, and don't see the pattern in it, we say, the ways of God are not to be foreseen, and we can't understand the ways of God, and something like that. And here I come and I contradict. So now that is to understand. Very, very, very easy. It's all about your own vibration. It is, and we can say, you consist to 100% from your own energy particles. You see, you have 100% energy particles, and your energy particles wander. They wander, they go everywhere where you look at. They go, and there go, and there they go. They always went to something, or always go to something. And what strikes your attention, there you find your energy particles as well. The more you concentrate on that special point, the more of your own energy particles become identical with it. And here is a great danger for a lot of people, because they become identical with something what they actually claim that they don't like it. but they do like it. They fight everything. What they see, what's uncomfortable, what they think it's nasty, and something like that. Yeah. But why they fight against that? In this very moment, they start to become identical with it. They get into their tune. Maybe they resist, maybe they say, no, we want it, and maybe they start to attack and to fight it, but anyway, they go in exactly that tune. It is tricky and difficult to understand that. Yeah, difficult it is. But no one have ever said that life is easy. We can make it easy. We only have to understand that we can go either in the darkness, or we can go into the light. That depends wherever our thoughts drive us. I mean, when I think on something, my energy particles wander behind it. They rush with them to the same point. We have to understand that. The only thing what really strikes us as odd, and why we deny so much, which is actually logical and quite easy to understand, is that we fall into the trap of time. We say when we want to have something, it has to be there immediately. We are accustomed to that nowadays. I mean, I order some maybe a book or a movie or something, and the next day I have it. Okay, 2 days later, but then I have it. I want to get something, I have it. But when I want to something which is the spirit of something, then we need more time. I mean, I can immediately go to the next bookshop and a bookshop, or I order it by phone and I want to have this book, and 2 days later I have it. But when I want to become a trustworthy person, a cheery person, a merry person, an honest person, I want to be a healthy person, I want to be a clever person, and I want to be a smart person, I want to be a beautiful person, and something like that, then I have to make my mind up, or my personality up. I have to send my thoughts, my energy particles, to send them into this direction, and to understand them in that way, and the time where they wander to that, they start to change me into this person I like to be. But on this way, that is very, very necessary to understand. On this way, I have to forbid everything what is disturbing me on this way. And I have to avoid everything what stands in my mind, what stands in my way, and is nasty and disturbing. Look, Johann Wolfgang von Goethe, the German author, for 200 years ago, wrote, 300 years ago, wrote, even from stones which lies in your way, stands in the way, you can build something nice. That depends. It depends how you look at it and what you do with it. And then remember your brain. You have brains. You have much brain. And a very, very strong one too. And with the way how you look at it and how you think, and in the way how you use your way of thinking, you can practically everything bring in harmony and bring in a higher vibration and bring it in a higher tune. Come in tune with your higher self. Then you think different. You look at everything much, much differently. I know that that is a hard work from yourself. It demands a lot from you, a lot. Because everything what was in the past clear, of course, that was right and that was wrong. Somehow everything changed. But if you understand that it's not the question of there something right or wrong, but it is a question how you look at it. And it's also a question, if you understand that in the way how you look at something, it change and alter your own personality. And you become more and more the person you like to be. And be on that very constantly, almost stubbornly. When you say, I want to be, I want to have a high vibration, I want to be light, and I want that my thoughts are pure light, and bring everything in harmony, everything in my life, then you may get it. And you will win. Because you can't fight against someone. The other way, the other person stands in your way, or on your life, or other the guys whom you work with, or something. They help you somehow in any way, because in every way, because they give you a chance to react that or that or that way, in different ways. And it will be fun to find it out. And it will be fun to use your own brains, their own thoughts, not the thoughts of somebody else. Well, I hope that you understand that. And why it is so very highly necessary and very important that you always call light and good thoughts and my God, angels or your Holy Spirit or something like that, because that will light you up, lift you up. Because when light and cheerfulness is something what fills you up, your own thoughts get a new, reborn quality. You have a different way to look at things, a different way to look at circumstances, and a different way to look at situations. And especially you start to take care for yourself. Because you know quite well, when yourself are perfectly in order and perfectly in rhythm with your own self, you can't possibly be a disturbed catastrophe, or you can't disturb other people. How? When you are completely in the rhythm of your own self, then you will spread out a lot of light and a lot of harmony. We need harmony to get the things surround us more smooth. We have to smooth it. We have to bring it to rest, especially our wars and fights and everything else. You see, light and darkness, these both sides need each other. And it's carefully planned how much light and how much darkness it is. But here in our way, it is a question, where do you belong to? What do you want? It is your own will which brings you to that idea and which brings you to that revelations and something like that. Sooner or later, the universe reveals itself completely to other people, to everybody. But then it is quite tricky to turn back. When somebody suddenly recognizes everything what he blurt out and what he spoke and what he think is pretty nasty. It rather belong to the darkness. And if everything what he blurted out and what he spoke rather belong to the darkness, he is a part of the darkness, which is necessary for some people to experience war, to experience depressions, to experience panic, to experience really always what do you say, though, to be an underdog or something. For that you need darkness. And so we have our share for people who really belong to the darkness and they don't want to come out. Why? For them the life is practically nice. Yeah, yes, practically nice, yes. But the question is how long? Do you think that the guy who they sent now to prison, his name is Derek Chauvin, the guy who killed George Floyd, do you really think that 3 years ago or 4 years ago he could imagine that he will find himself in the jail? Do you really think that he could imagine that for 3 years ago? Life changed. Suddenly. It takes a long time until we get the result for that what we think and what we're doing and what we do. It takes a pretty long time sometimes, yes. But then, when the curtain falls, the game is over at first. And we play in another game. Suddenly. Something. It takes a long time until something happened. Because it takes a long time until we are that what we like to be. But on this way, we have to think very hard on ourselves what we like to be. That is really necessary. Well, we can become monks and nuns and always pray and always by a kind of cluster and do nothing else but think on that. But honestly, they don't think on themselves. They think always, they praise always the Lord or something from which they kind of have no idea what he actually is. And that makes the whole thing very questionable. But we also can say 4 times a day, we say, this quarter of an hour is for us, it's for me. And in this quarter of an hour, I always think about that, what I like to be, what I want to do, and what kind of thoughts enter my mind. Because thoughts come to you through your vibrations. I mean, thoughts are always surround us, always. It's a question of your frequency, of your frequency, which kind of thoughts you're able to think. And when you discover your thoughts are in the middle, something in the mood or something, so rather downstairs, but you like them to go up and have splendid ideas, splendid ways in front of you, and splendid way of living your life. If you want to have that, then you have to increase your vibrations. There's no other way. Of course, there are splendid, there are much ways to how you get it. But anyway, first of all is that you like to have it. It's a decision. It's a question of how determined you are to achieve that. Good luck. I hope this may help you. We are awfully in need to get this idea from life. We have to. Otherwise we can't change our lives. Otherwise we will always in danger to be dazzled by that what everybody else told us. So use your own brain. I think this brain of yours works splendid. Well, have a nice time. Bye-bye.